Hey guys, Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training with Bruno. A little bit of a different camera set. We had to move our location, so this will be kind of a new camera set. It doesn't look as nice as the old one, but that's all right. We're not after what the beauty is around us. We're out to show you lots. Correct. Good, good. That's my boy. You correct. He likes to slouch. Yep. Place. I guess all dogs would. Hoos. Yes. Good boy. Good. Hoos. Nope. Yes. Good boy. Good. Place. Yes. Good boy. Good. Nope. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Good. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Yes. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good. All right. So let's practice on our here. Sitting in front. Nope. Yeah. Now we got our tools out, right? So we're gonna have to get those out of the way. You blocks, bleiben. Good. I don't know what happened with our camera view. Let me try to keep an eye on this. Went out and did protection training yesterday, and he was all that and then some. He's so powerful. He is probably one of the most powerful dogs I've had in a while. Just immense power in his muscles, and being a young dog, he's all that and then some. And I pulled the muscle in my back. Nope. You plots bleib. Good boy. Good. That is causing me a problem. So. All right. We don't need this per se. It's in my way right now, but I'll use it probably at some point. Out. No. Plots. Bleiben. Good. Bruno. Foos. Good boy. Good. There you go. Come on. Let's go. Foos. Good boy. Good. Now keep in mind, foos means bring your head up into that fancy prance, right? So every time I say foos, foos, I'm pulling my hand up and letting him do that old touch of the nose. And you see this a lot with a lot of trainers. Good. Bruno, plots. Good. And he's hungry this morning. That's good. Seats. So I did not bring out the BALLs because I don't want him into that hyperactivity when I want to do things that are a little bit more exact. You're going to get exact with a dry steak that's in food more so than you are the other. Even though we do try to bring up the drive, yes, with our movement and moving. Let's get you off here a little bit more because I need to try and accent this. All right, usually when we're doing any type of behavior, we do things close in together. Nope. And then we stretch it. So I might do it from right here. Here. Good. Meaning right in front of him, and only do a little bounce back. And I'm trying to get the movement of him sitting and going right to my face with a looking, right? So again, in short first, get the behavior set up, then we start stretching it and getting more and more distance slowly but surely, right? Good, good, bro. Yes, good boy. Good boy. That's good. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Here. Nope. Here. Good. And he's not exact, so I need to redo this. Oh, that muscle's killing me. Holding him and trying to do the old around the body and sit on it and everything right here in the back. I didn't know what the pain was this morning. I didn't feel it last night, but I felt it this morning when I got up. Like, damn it. Good, good. It's hell getting old, guys. Good boy, good. Bruno. Good, Bruno. Plots. Good, there you go, good. Okay, so we're Bruno. Here. Good. Nope. Here. Good. That's good. Yes. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good. Bruno. Good. Yes. Good boy. Okay, so a lot of setting up into that sit position on your front is what we call it, a front, right? On the dog sitting in front. And again, we start things in close, little small increments, and then we'll stretch our distance and how far he comes to me. And I'll show you some tricks on how we get more speed as time goes around. Good, good. Bruno, here, good boy. It's all about that motion right there, right? Where he's moving and then into the sit position. Good, good. And you do a lot of it, repetition to create a behavior. Good, Bruno. Plots, good boy, plots, good. We'll go back to our box work with that, but I want to kind of make sure we have enough mix-up. I'm going to start a finish A finish is basically where the dog is in front and then either goes around your body, that's called a military finish, or a lot of times with the Malinois, they'll do a flip finish, which is where they'll come in front and then they flip around your body and they end up on your left-hand side. Both of them end up on your left-hand side. Nope, nope. Good, that's my boy. Good, there you go. Good boy. Sits. Yes, good boy. Good, good. His morning meal would usually be fed. Good boy. With me. We're using food. Yes, good boy. Yes, good. So we reaffirm the fact that we want him up here. Now he's leaning into me, which is very normal, just almost like that slouch down where they want to roll to their hip. These are behaviors that happen. 90% of the dogs do it. He wants to lean on me. So right away, what I'm doing, let me see if I can get in a spot you can see this. Good. Is right when he leans, I kind of pop him out, kind of like a little jab, right? And make it discomfort. Knock him right in the shoulder until he's good. And then you mark where you want him. So there's a negative on one side, and then when he's in the right position, good. We might do the body praise up and down his back and giving him a nice straight line that reaffirms the positive and what we're working on. But we got to keep doing that. Pop, pop, until he learns he's not supposed to lean, right? And then that'll happen so much that after a while, he'll just won't do it even anymore. It's not comfortable. Doesn't feel good. Every time I lean, here comes that guy's knee popping me in the shoulder, right? Now keep in mind that you could bruise him if you do too much of it, and he might start limping or other problems, right? So you be conscious and aware of it, but we got to do something to set up a negative. Remember, the real core of most training guys is a positive and negative. Sure, we get into all kinds of science, operant conditioning, quadrants, all that terminology that's used, but the reality of it is dogs want to avoid discomfort. They don't like discomfort, so they're going to do the best thing to get to their sweet spot, to get to that advantageous location and where they win. So you see a lot of what I'm doing. I'm mixing in aversive, escape, a lot of the science behind it as far as my luring and food and toys. These are all things that motivate a dog that will get the behaviors that I want. The old days, all we did was went out. I didn't even have food in the old days. All I had was my voice and a lot of praise and emotion to get the dog up. That's why these habits are still with me, where I do so much chattering and talking to the dog. Most modern day trainers don't want you to even express any of that because most people don't know how to do it, and it gets in the way. Bruno, blocks. Good boy, good. There you go. And I'm still doing that. I'll keep doing it until I get a really good firm behavior, and he always drops real fast. You see Buddy, you see my other dogs, they all have a quick sit. Yay, good boy. Good. Puss, good boy, good. There you go, good boy, good. Come on. There you go. Yes, good boy, good. Good boy. Now, I'm trying to get him to pick up his feet. And again, I don't want 20 minutes down the field because I'm not going to compete. But, Puss, I want him to get that nice little prance. So it looks good. Get a minute or two of it and be able to call it out when you want the behavior. It looks good, right? It's a little show off. Remember, most of my work, I don't work out on the field. I'm out in public and I'm showing off. I'm using them as demo dogs to create excitement in the people around me. That's what I've got. A lot of what they call a demo dog, right? And that's because I don't compete. I'm not a sport dog. Good boy, good. Good. Bruno, plots. Nope, you plots, good. Nope. Notice I was trying to test. I'm testing, and he didn't give me a fast one without my body language. So we put a correction in there instead, and we'll use that again and again. We'll start coming back to it. We start to, most of the time, will always be body language and giving the dog the help. Bruno, up, plots, good boy, good. There you go. Let me go get some more hot dogs. See if he'll stay. Bleiben. And you guys can hang out with him, okay? Make sure he doesn't go nowhere, would you? If he does, tell him no, all right? All right. He's going to probably roll over on his hip before he gets there. Got a couple more bags of hot dogs. And then he'll get a good bowl of food when we get done. And we'll feed him his breakfast. But right now he's hungry because he didn't get his breakfast. All right. Neighbors probably think I'm crazy talking to myself. All right, that's all right. Good boy. Bleiben. Good. Good. That's my boy. Bleiben. Good. All right, so I don't know how this video is going to come out. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Mic is on. Good. I plugged it in, and I'm starting to plug it in every night and really leave it for a half hour, 45 minutes. Seats. Good. Box. Good boy. What we're going to do is go to the box. Good. Bleiben. All right. Do a little bit of box work. All right. Now you guys are going to be blocked on that one, so let me switch it to the side. Bruno? Yep. Good boy. Good. There you go. Nope. You stay off. I got to move this out of the way. There you go. And we're going to put it sideways so our view is in this position. There we go. Good boy, Bruce. Good boy, Bruce. What do you got, huh? What do you got? All right. That's a positive spot, huh? Make it very pleasurable. But you got to get into it right. Bruno, box. Nope, box. Come on. Good boy. Good box. Nope. Good. There you go. Keep your rules, right? Good boy. Good. Bruno. Yes, good boy. Now right away did a bounce away because I don't want him to anticipate the down, but this is what I'm going to work on. Bruno, come here. Good boy. Good. 2 or 3 things, guys. So you see me working more than one thing, and I'm mixing things up, alternating it. I'm using things he already knows as positive so that you can get your drive up and he learns how to win. And then, good boy, good. Bruno. Box. Good. There you go. Good. And I'm going to start phasing that out at some point when I feel the dog knows it well enough, right? Bruno. Seats. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Bruno. Yes. Good boy. Good. All right. So now we're going to go to the ball and put in, and I'm in one more. So remember, patterns in 2s and 3s. So box. Good boy. Good. There you go. Seats. Good. There you go. You look. Nope. You look. Good. Good. Nope. You look. Good, good. That's my boy. Good. Bruno. Good. Bruno. Yes. Come on. Nope. Wrong hand. Wrong hand. There you go. Good. You should have been paying attention. Good boy. All right. We're going to get rid of the box. We're going to go to our ball, which is our reward placement. The first one underneath the armpit. Let's see what my... Bruno. Good boy. Good. Off. There's my knee. I'm tapping him, right? Good. Bruno. Foos. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Leash in control. Good. Foos. Aha. Off. Keep knocking him off till he figures it out. Notice I'm kind of here, but it's important. Where you give him his reward is going to be where his head goes. So we need to be concentrating on, if you feed him out here every time, he's going to bend his head out. We don't want that. We want him looking right at me and staying in that position as much as possible. Good boy, Bruno. Good boy, Bruno. All right, so now I'm going to... Good, good. Good boy with me. Good. Bruno. Yes. No. Now notice I gave a long pause. I did it on purpose because I want the dog to learn to start waiting and knowing that it's coming. Because that whole concept of being patient and waiting and that it's coming is going to set your classical conditioning in, but it also gives the dog some impulse control and all that kind of feathers in with all the stuff you're working on. Good, good. Bruno. Yes. There it is, okay? And then I accidentally notice him waiting, and then he'll pick up on the fact that it's going to come. I want the marker, and then it's going to come with a little bit of a pause, right? We don't want to give it to him every time right away. Otherwise, you'll get that jumping at you. Nope. Good. Bruno. Box. Nope. Good, good. Bruno. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Keep him happy. This is what he wants. These balls are even more important to him than food. He's got a very high prey drive, this dog. And that's probably very true with Czech Shepherds in general. Good boy, good. You got plenty to work with when you got prey drive. Any trainer worth his salt is going to go after that prey drive as far as a dog that, yes, good boy, it gives it to you, right? Good boy. Bruno, out, out, good, good, sits, good, Bruno, flats. Nope, he's not got his elbows on the ground, right? One of my big habits that I blew with Maury. Flats, good, good. Get it, get it, get it. Because in competition, they want your elbows on the ground. If your elbows are up, you're going to get dinged. All right, so we got to make sure we don't mark it until he gives you what you want, which is elbows on the ground. And keep accenting and pushing after that criteria. Yep, good boy, good. All right, ready? Ready, ready? With me. Good, good boy, Bruno. Yes, good. I'm trying to get him used to that pause, right? And I'll keep working on it until he understands it. Oh, good boy, good. All right, Bruno, out. Nope, he doesn't want the food. See what he's doing? But I just keep forcing it. Ah, you little shit. You little shit. Out. Nope. Out. Good, good. Done. Good boy. No. Done. No. Now I got to put my hands in a position that he gets a correction for jumping up. Good boy. Good, good. Bruno. Yes. There's rules, right? We got to keep our rules. Good. So he's going to get some corrections in between that and calm down that jumping excitement and all that. Out. Good, good. Done. Bruno, with me. Notice what I'm doing. I'm stepping back with the left foot and then back up again. It gets that little arc and then brings it right back to my side. Good boy. Look where his head's at. Good. Bruno. Foos. Yes, good boy. I want to get him used to me stepping, and then it's going to come right away so his head stays up right when he moves. I don't want him to get in the habit of dropping his head to the ground. He's got to stay with his head up if you want the proper behavior that you're after, criteria with competition. Good. Out. Good. All right, done. And this pouch is starting to irritate the hell out of me, my apron. This is from Skull Hatting. It's just a little bit off in size, and I'm not good enough to get that strap. With me. Good, good. Bruno? Yes. No. No. Good. Bruno? Listen to my chastise tone, guys. Correction doesn't have to mean you have an anvil and smack him in the head and beat him up. You can do all kinds of social pressure. Communicate with your dog with voice tone, body language. Good. Bruno? Yes. Okay, there you go. Good. And set your criteria and then be consistent with it. That's the key. All right? Consistent criteria. And he starts to learn from it and understands what he's supposed to do. Out. I see. Butts. Nope. Good, good, Bruno. Get it, get it, get it, get it. All right, guys, that's about it. This muscle's bugging me, so I've only got so much, and Bruno needs to get fed, huh, Bruno? Huh? Yeah, good boy, good. Bruno, out. Good, nope. Good, there you go. Good, nope. Done. Bruno, with me. And we're going to change that to foos here pretty quick. With me. With me is my general heel command. I'm just using it now, but I've got to teach him that finish. So it'll go into foos at some point. Good. Bruno. Good. Bruno. Yes. Okay, nice pause. Accenting the pause because we're going to be using it more and more. Now, there's a few more reward placements, and I'll go over them, skim over them now, but we'll come back to them as I start to build this behavior using the ball and what's called reward placement. Where that ball appears, where it's located, ends up being contextual. Out, no. Out, good, good, out, good boy, good. There you go. All right, you're done. We're done. So we have 4 or 5 of them that are contextual, and they're there for a reason. The one that's under my armpit gets the dog looking at you, right? Then there's a behind the back, we call behind the alley, and you kind of arch your back, and that's going to be his cue to go to the back, and you give your verbiage as well, and timing and all that. But after a while, he sees this body language, and it'll go right behind your back, behind the alley, to grab the ball on my right-hand side. So that's the second one I'll start teaching him. Then we've got between my legs, and that one's going to be designed to basically get more speed because I can call him here across the field and get him anticipating me throwing it between my legs. So I've got to show him that one. And then there's the one that's over the shoulder that goes out to my left. Now that one we use for getting the dog to stay looking, and then all of a sudden the ball comes out of nowhere. So anticipatory sets in and he goes, it's coming, it's coming. And then it goes over my head and off to my left. And you've seen Buddy do it and some of my other dogs where I will say B-A-L-L, and they're so conditioned for it, they'll take off and start running even before I start this movement. And that's kind of how I test it when it gets more advanced, right? So where you put that ball, where you put your food that creates this body, if I fed him out of this hand all the time, he'd start doing this. He'd be getting in my way. So it's important that you have the food coming from the right direction, because he's going to get used to it and be looking for it. And that's what sets your behavior locks. Where that dog's head's at, where his posture is at, all that comes from where you put the food. I'll give you a good example of that. When I give the box and I'm doing this, Bruno, you ready? Are you ready? Good. Sits. Good. Flats. And I'm right on underneath his head. See it? A lot of times you'll be able to drop it to the ground, but I'm not going to drop it out here in the dirt. So it's underneath his head, tucking back, which creates a nice posture in the back end. Kind of makes him tuck in. Plots. Good. Another thing I noticed in the box is he's starting to have kind of an arched back. The posture is not really what I want. I'll get him to do the behavior, and then we'll go to a lot of the flat, because it takes away that box. The box is creating a kind of a bunch type of a posture. You got to think about these things, right? Bruno, place. Correct, good, correct, good. That's my boy, correct. Correct with a little flair in my R's and my S's. Correct, good, that's good. Sounds a little better than just correct. Good, that's my boy. That's good. So when I give it real fast and I'm boom, right away the food's underneath his head, and that causes the head to tuck in, and that's going to change your posture. Just be aware of what it's doing. Every dog's going to be different based on how the length of their body. No. Down, stay, plots, good boy, good, plots, good. And what I'm doing that for is because he's got a tendency to want to go after the food on the ground, which all dogs do. We've got to stop him and teach him that rule's going to stay consistent. He's not allowed to go to the ground, right? Good. I'm going to end it with a here, so that we have here. Good. There you go. Here. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. There you go. Good boy. Good. Where you leave the dog's head and the last of what you do is important. Usually it goes into play, right? Good, Bruno. Good, Bruno. Notice I'm not even... Good. That's my boy. Yes, good boy. There you go. All right, we're done. We're done, buddy. We're done. Short and sweet. Yeah, we're done. So you see kind of everything I'm working on right now that I'm going to have to pull it all together, right? Oh, this muscle's killing me. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training. And Bruno. Yeah. All right, hup, plots. Good boy, that was good. That's good. There you go. Good. There you go. Good. Remember that invariably, if he does something once, he's invariably going to do it again. So your job is to be ready for it and ahead of the game and anticipate, expect it to happen. So if I had a dog that every time I came to this stop and he rolled his hip, he's going to do it again. Again, the rule is if he does something once, he's invariably going to do it again. Your job is to be ahead of it, be waiting for it. Either have your negatives, whatever you're using to try to cause the behavior to go the way you want, which is I want a nice straight down without him rolling to his hip. Good. All right, we'll talk to you later. Mark Ferrasci, Protect Dog Training, and Bruno. Good boy, Bruno. We're a little off camera, but that's all right. All right, talk to you guys later.